So I would definitely say that in more recent years, there's loads more regulations and legislations coming into effect that means that, with GDPR, etc., we don't have the luxury anymore of being able to use email marketing like we used to. So we have to be a lot more creative in the programs that we're running, leaning a lot more on social and other kind of avenues. And I think that most, certainly marketing agencies and client side, are more savvy to that, and they're asking for us to be much more sophisticated in the methodologies that we're coming back with. Don't get me wrong, like the sales guys are always going to have their black book, and I've got my own, even if I have my sales hat on sometimes. But I think that the true nature of marketing today is where there's synergy between the two. If we're not actually aligned to what the sales guys are talking to with their customers, they're at the front line talking all the time. If we're not actually aligning ourselves to their discussions and what the opportunities are and where the main opportunities actually are, we're not going to win. And it is about having a win-win scenario, whether it's on the client side with sales and marketing or whether it's on the agency side delivering those programs and strategies. We've got so much technology now that we can use. It's a curse at the same time. People have got so much technology within their kind of internal systems, which means that they're trying to use all of that. They don't know how to use it. They actually haven't got their strategy right in the first place, which means that it's redundant. And so much technology that costs quite a lot of money for these organisations to implement ends up just going on the shelf. So I think that's probably one of the main issues that certainly our clients are facing. Another, I would say, is resource and skill sets. There's so much that a modern marketeer needs to know nowadays that just isn't possible with the current setup of those organisations. They haven't got the training, they haven't got the time to actually be able to absorb all of that information and actually do something with it. So actually I think that's where, as an agency, we're in the best position to be able to say, actually, we have the resource and we have the time to be able to help people do that, and be able to scale in the areas that they need to. So I think definitely resource and skill sets are a big issue. And a third one, budgets. I think budget is something that's getting tighter. They're being required to do more with that budget and see more results. It puts more pressure on them, but in turn it puts more pressure on us to make sure that the strategies we're coming up with are even more sophisticated and more driven to those results. And the conversation I have with clients all the time at the moment is, so what is the main objective that you want to get from this program? Oh, we want, brand awareness, but we also want results. And I think the difference between years ago, where we used to have a brand awareness program, we'd have metrics where people would be 100% sure on that's what we need to deliver, versus a demand generation program where we need 10 sales qualified leads or 100 million pipeline. Now they want everything, and as a strategy we have to go back to actually have a balance between the two, which makes things much more complicated.